वनचारी जय यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा जय कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्ण प्रभु.
ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपगदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्. वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सगणललितां श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च. हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगल्पदे गोपेशा गोपिका कान्दा राधा कान्दा नमस्तुते. तप्तकाञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिधि नामिने. नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्त वृंदा. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna. So, welcome back to Bhagavad Gita study class. Chapter 4, Transcendental Knowledge, and today's verse are 8 and 9. So, we'll read 8 now. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Yes. Renuka Mataji can read.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanataya sambhavami yuge yuge.
Right. Hare Krishna. Jayaprada Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Om Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namaha.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namaha. Om Namo
No Nama after that. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
That's
Namo
it.
Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge.
Right. Good. Okay. Snigdha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतं धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु।
Hare Krishna, Hari Bol. Right, Rekha Mataji.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthya sambhavami yuge yuge. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Right, Hare Krishna, right. Okay. Renuka Mataji can read the translation.
In order to deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principles of religion, I advent myself millennium after millennium. Hare Krishna.
Okay, right. Next verse 9. Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tattvadah tektva deham punarjanma neti mameti sorjuna. Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tattvadah tektva deham punarjanma neti mameti sorjuna. Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tattvadah tektva deham punarjanma neti mameti sorjuna. Yes, sir. Jayaprada Maharaji.
हाँ प्रभु। जन्म कर्म च मे दिव्यम अयो वेत्ति
evam yo veti tattvadah
एवं यो वेत्ति तत्त्वतः त्यक्त्वा देहं पुनर्जन्म
tektva deham
त्यक्त्वा देहं पुनर्जन्म नैति मामेति सोऽर्जुन।
right. Good. Okay. Rekha Mataji.
Janma karma cha me divyam evam yuveti tatvataha tyaktva videham punarjanmam
Tektva deham
त्यक्त्वा देहं पुनर्जन्मं नैति मामिति सोऽर्जुन. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna. Renuka Mataji.
Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tattvataha tyaktva deham punarjanmam
Punarjanma tektva deham punarjanma
naiti mameti sorjuna.
right.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Signa Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु। जन्म
हरे
कर्म
कृष्ण।
च मे दिव्यम एवं जो वेति तत्त्वतः त्यक्त्वा देहं पुनर्जन्म नैति मामेति सोऽर्जुन। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु।
Hare Krishna. Right. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkridam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. In order to deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principles of religion, I appear millennium after millennium. So, these are three very important verses, 6, 7, and 8. Krishna is describing very minutely, or very, very vividly, very clearly, first, the nature of his appearance, Janma and Karma. Janma means birth, and Karma means activities. But these terms are used in this manner when it concerns a living entity like us. We are born and we do some actions. But in case of Krishna, Janma means appearance or avatara, and Karma means Leela. We don't say Krishna's karma, Krishna activity. Krishna's karma means Krishna's Leelas only. It's our pastimes. And Krishna's Janma means Krishna's appearance or is avatara. So in order to differentiate the normal birth and activities of a living entity and that of Krishna, these three verses are narrated by Krishna and told by Krishna to Arjuna. So the very first verse we know, Ajobisan Avyatma, Bhutanam Ishrobisan, Pragadim Samadhishtaya, Swamadhishtaya, Sambhavami Atmamaya. In this verse, Krishna describes the nature of his body, how he appears, in what form, what is the form by which he is appearing. We know that what is our form? What is our form?
Two hands and two legs.
Panchabhuta form.
Yeah, form. What is the nature of that body?
Panchabhuta.
Krishna is also having two hands only. Similarly, like living entities. But there's a difference between body of Krishna and the body of living entities.
Panchabhuta.
Yes, living entities' body is made of elements, material elements. Is mainly the gross elements are the five gross elements, and the subtle elements, 3 subtle elements, which are then expanded to 24. Okay, so these are the elements which form comprising the body of a normal living entity like us. But Krishna's body is different. Krishna's body is not made of matter. That is one point we have to emphasize and we have to understand very clearly, because this is where the Bhagavan concept is coming. Only when the Krishna, the Supreme Personality Godhead, is having a transcendent body and transcendent nature, then only he can be called as a Supreme Personality Godhead. He can be called God. But many of these spiritualists, many of these persons, they don't accept that Krishna has got a spiritual body. According to them, Brahman is supreme, and Brahman takes on a material form, a material body, and appears. So they don't have the kind of devotion that bhaktas have towards Bhagavan, because bhakta knows that Krishna is totally transcendent. According to his Mayavadis or the Jnanis, they accept the form of Krishna, and they have concept of Pancha Upasana. Vishnu, Shiva, Parvati, Ganesha, and Surya. This is called Pancha Upasana. They say that these forms help you to concentrate, because they admit that to meditate on Brahman, the formless Brahman, is very, very difficult for ordinary human beings. So to facilitate their meditation, they accept these forms of these 5 Pancha Upasana. They do the Pancha Upasana themselves. And after they reach a point of concentration, they're getting the truth, then these forms are dissolved, according to them. But because of this, what you can call them, the intelligence, which is polluted intelligence, you can say, a polluted intelligence. Because of polluted intelligence, they fail to achieve their final goal. It's given, Srimad Bhagavatam is very clearly given that persons having polluted intelligence is called Avishuddha Buddhaya. Vishuddha Buddhaya means impure intelligence. Although they worship Krishna in different ways, because their intelligence is polluted or not pure, although they reach their supreme destination of Brahma Jyoti, they are not able to stay there permanently. They have to fall down. And why is given that Anadrida Yushmadangraya? Because of disrespect to lotus feet of Krishna. And what is this disrespect? They consider the lotus feet or the form of Krishna or body of Krishna to be material. So they don't have the respect for that body. But in this verse, Krishna very clearly says about Ajobisan Avyatma. Avyatma, we have given the meaning as Avyatma as imperishable body. Atma stands for body. Avya means imperishable. So Krishna is having imperishable body. And this imperishable body is attained from his zone Prakriti, Swam Prakriti. Swam Prakriti is internal potency. Other is external potency, Bhinna Prakriti. So there is a difference between Bhinna Prakriti and Swam Prakriti. Bhinna Prakriti is mentioned in the 7th chapter, verse number 3. Bhumira Ponado Vayu Kham Mano Buddhi Revacha Ahankara Midhi Yamme Bhinna Prakriti Ashtadaha. It is an external or external energy of Krishna, This matter is external energy of Krishna, which is technically described as Bahiranga Shakti. Now, Swam Prakriti is internal potency of Krishna, which is totally impure, which is totally sattvic, full sattvic, Shuddha Sattva. So, Prakriti in Swam means his own internal potency, which is different from Bhinna Prakriti. So, he has taken, Krishna has taken the form of imperishable body from his own potency, internal potency. And he appears as per his will. Whenever he desires, he can appear. It is not necessary that he can come only on scheduled time. Okay, scheduled time is given, also mentioned there in Shastras. It doesn't mean that Krishna has to stick to the schedule always. He can come whenever he likes. He's what do you call? Aristocrat. Tyrant aristocrat. Whereas we take form, we appear according to our karma. Krishna comes according to his will. And Maya also means compassion also. Maya. Pragdim Samadhishtaya Sambhavami Atma Maya. In this case, Maya also means compassion. So, in order to show compassion to fallen entities like us, he comes. So, in the verse number 7, it is given, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata dhyutana madharmasya. Yes, Nidya Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
But Prabhuji Krishna, when he has taken birth, he is doing all the activities, human activities,
Yes.
like eating food,
Right. Yes, everything. He acts exactly like a human being. He does everything.
How can we say that he has a transcendental body?
Just because he's eating, it does that mean he doesn't have a transcendental body? His transcendental body never changes. It's given in the purpose by Sri Prabhupada. Because Krishna, although at the time of Kurukshetra war, he must be around 80-85. He was grandchildren, great-grandchildren also. But doesn't look more than 20 or 21 years. His body never changes. It apparently changes up to his youth only, Kishora form. After that, there is no change. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, finally, it is mentioned that although a hunter shoots arrow at Krishna, Krishna leaves this material world in his own form. So that is the nature of transcendental form. And this body, which is truly sattvic, he can expand like anything. Normal beings cannot expand in different forms. It is given in Srimad Bhagavatam during the time of Rasa Dansa that is expanded himself with each and every single gopi. Gopis are thousands and thousands of gopis are there, and he has expanded himself with each gopi.
Yes, Prabhuji.
And in Dwaraka,
and yes, in Brahma Vimohan Lila also he has expanded to all the cows.
Yes,
and
cows.
Calves and all the goalas.
Yes.
Goalas. Yes. In Dwaraka Lila also he has expanded all the king of all the queens.
All the queens. How much is that? 16,108 queens are there. So he has expanded himself. He's simultaneously with everyone. And he can be in different places at the same time. He will be with Pandavas in the forest at the same time. He will be in the Dwaraka, in his palace also. So these are the nature of the transcendental body. Normal human being cannot do this. Some yogis may be able to expand themselves, but not more than 9 or 10. Like Kardama Muni, he has expanded himself 9. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, you will find that to satisfy Devahudi, he expanded himself into 9 forms. But not much more than that. And they cannot appear simultaneously in different places. So that is the nature of the transcendental body of Krishna. From that only we understand that Krishna has having a transcendental body. He states like this, he has got form. We have to accept Krishna when he says that he has got a transcendental body. First of all, you have to accept that. And during the course of his life, He has exhibited so many times. Many instances are there which a normal human being having a normal form, a normal body cannot execute. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Thank you for the question. So nice. So he appears whenever there is a decline in dharma. And dharma, what is dharma? Who has initiated dharma?
Krishna has initiated.
Krishna himself. Krishna himself. Krishna himself has initiated dharma, and we are supposed to follow that. And the Rajarshis, they are the persons who have been given the charge to follow this dharma in the so-called Varnashrama system. When there is a decline, when the Rajarshis lose their, in the beginning itself, that Sakaline Honashto Parandaba. In the two course of time, this dharma got declined. Adharmas started getting strengthened. And whenever there is a decline of dharma and the rise of adharma, then Krishna appears. That is the time he appears. Now, why he appears is given in this verse 8. Paritranaya sadhunam, vinashaya dushkridam, dharma samstavanarthaya. 3 reasons are given. First, to protect or give joy to the devotees. Protection is always there. But more than protection, he gives joy. Okay, we are protected by Krishna. But when Krishna gives us joy, when just we send service to Krishna, we form so much happiness. So Krishna gives you joy. And who is sadhu? Srila Prabhupada says, sadhu is a devotee of Krishna, or who has fully realized the Krishna consciousness. And this sadhu cannot be offended. He cannot be blasphemed by anyone. In chapter 9, verse 30, it is mentioned, Abhichet Sudiracharo Bhajademam Ananya Bhag Sadhureva Samandavya Samyak Vyavasido Hisa 9.30. Although a devotee, because of his past deeds, past impressions, sometimes he may appear to indulge in some abominable activities or sinful activities. Even then, he should always be considered as a devotee only. He should not be criticized, or he should not be blasphemed, because he's always, all the time, he's attached. He's always serving Krishna. That is the nature of sadhu. And sadhu is so compassionate that even though people may offend them or people may hurt them, they don't have this vengeance, this mentality that try to hit back. Vengeance is not there in their nature. Example is given. Prahlad Maharaja is there. Prahlad Maharaja was harassed and tortured by his father Hiranyakashipu, but he was very, very, very composed. He was not at all affected by these tortures, because he was always absorbed in Krishna, that did not feel the pain at all. Krishna protected him. But when Krishna actually, after killed Hiranyakashipu, Prahlad Maharaj is requesting him to give liberation to my father. Although the same father has tortured him in so many ways, he's requesting Krishna to please give liberation to my father. Such is the nature of Vaishnava. Devaki also, she was harassed by Kamsa, her brother, but she held no animosity towards Kamsa. So Krishna knows as the devotees, they can tolerate any condition, any material condition, except separation from Krishna. So the whole life, the very essence of life, they are living only for Krishna, for the sake of Krishna, for serving Krishna only. No other purpose in life. No other thoughts, no other activities. And such a devotee is so dear to Krishna, he says to Durvasamana, they are always in my heart. And devotees are always residing in my heart. I am residing in the heart of devotees. That is a relationship with Krishna and devotees. So Krishna, he says, Paritranaya sadhunam, to protect my devotees and to give joy to my devotees. And vinashaya dushkridam, give punish the miscreants, I appear. Then you may ask that Krishna is discriminating, is partial towards devotees, and is very unkind, unmerciful to miscreants or demonic people. But it's mentioned in Shastra that those demons killed by Krishna, who had died by the hands of Krishna, instantly achieved a liberation. Just 1 second. That is given Srimad Bhagavatam. In third canto is given that the demons actually slayed by Arjuna's arrows, but seeing the Krishna in front, taking the darshan of Krishna, they achieved liberation. And those devotees who himself, they're killed by Krishna also, they achieved liberation. And Shankaracharya also mentions this.
Prabhuji, it is given that when a person remembers me, whether he is in enemy, if he is the enemy, then also he remembers. They say Kansa is remembering all 24 hours.
Yes.
Because of fear. If you remember me whole time, then you will be liberated.
Yes. Always. Like Kamsa, he was remembering him in a opposite way, unfavorable way. He's always thinking of Krishna. He'll come, he'll kill me. Every time in morning gets up, taking food, looking at the plate, he sees Krishna's face there. Wherever he looks, he always finds Krishna only. So he's devising so many means to kill Krishna, because always remembering Krishna unfavorably. Even then, he's getting liberated. So what to speak of devotees always favorably thinking of Krishna? Their position is much higher than these demons. Demons also, they get Sayuja Moksha. But devotees, they are always with Krishna, rendering Krishna, they become associated with Krishna in Golok Vrindavan. So that is a difference between demons and devotees. Of course, both of them get liberated, but demons get liberated by the merge into Krishna's Brahmajyoti, while devotees, they become eternal associate of Krishna. So Krishna is very merciful, both the devotees as well as to the demons. And the third reason is Dharma Samsthavanarthaya. Dharma Samsthavanarthaya. When the religious policy, he comes and makes it right. And all the yugas, and so many yugas, there, Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. In all these yugas, he appears whenever there is a dwindling of religious values. And especially in Kali Yuga, he appears in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Here, he is not killing demons. He is always giving, even the demons, the mercy of the Harinam. He is freely distributing Harinam without any concession, any religion concession, any concession, whether man is rich or poor, or educated, not educated, man, Hindu, Muslim. No discrimination at all. Everyone freely given Harinam. So Jagai Madai is one of very sinful persons, very, very sinful persons. They're committing all kinds of sins. They're murderers, looters, rapists, everything, all the abominations that crimes they have done. But even they were awarded liberation by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in different yugas, Krishna gives different types of takes different kind of forms, and dharma is, according to Dharma Yuga Dharma, he is protecting the Dharma. So the next verse is what is the benefit of understanding these 6, 7, 8? Why, how he comes, when he comes, and why he comes? If you understand it very perfectly, what is the benefit? That is given in verse 9. Janma karmachame divyam evam yo veti tatudaha tekto adeham punar janma neti mameti so Arjuna. So one who perfectly understands by philosophically, factually, the nature of Krishna's appearance, avatara, nature of Krishna's leelas, and then he is automatically liberated. He doesn't take another birth. He directly achieves the kingdom of God. So this it is given divyam. The word is divya. Janma karma cha me divya. Divya means spiritual. So janma karma cha me divya means spiritual only. His janma and his karma is spiritual only. That is given by all the acharyas, Shridhara Swami, Ramanujacharya, Madhusudana, so many acharyas. They said that the word divya means spiritual. Shridhara Swami says not common or uncommon. So common nature is that we take birth according to our karma and we do some activities according to our guna. So that is a common thing. So uncommon means what? Uncommon means exactly opposite, not found. This kind of body is not seen anywhere. And his leelas are exemplary. Tattvadaha. Tattvada means one who factually understands. Tattvam. Tattva means that. Tattva. Tattva means you are that. There's a saying that Tattvamasi is there, but Tattvamasi is taken from 3 verses. And 3 verses are glorifying Vishnu only. In the 14th chapter, when you come to, 17th chapter, from verse 23 onwards, this is described. What is Tattvamasi? So in that is very clearly given that these 3 verses are first and second and third meanings of Vishnu. 3 different meanings of Krishna. Vishnu is given, different qualities of Vishnu is described in these 3 verses. Describing Vishnu as a supreme personality Godhead. But some persons distorts the meaning of these verses and means that Tattva means you are that, and you are also God. So that is distortion. That is not accepted by acharyas. So we have to factually understand Krishna as he is. And in some Purusha Bodhini Upanishad said that the one Deva Nitya Leela Nidakto Bhakta Vyabhi Sarva Vyabhi. He is in the heart of Bhakta, he is everywhere. Simultaneously, he is expanding or covering the whole universe. Each and every atom is entered by Kshirodha Sai Vishnu, and he enters heart of Bhakta also. So that is one factual understanding Krishna is given in verses and in Shastras. So there are so many Shastras in Srimad Bhagavatam, Upanishads, Puranas. You find so many Shastras which glorify the transcendental nature of body of Krishna and transcendental nature of activities. So if you understand it as it is, it'll be really easy to understand, possible for you to understand the nature of Krishna's birth and activities. And only that person who understands it can transcend this material world. Is given in Shweta Shodra Upanishad, is given in purport also. Tam eva viditva mrityumedi. Tam eva viditvaadi mrityumedi. Mrityu means the cycle of BODD. Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi. That is called BODD cycle. So tam eva viditva mrityumedi. You can escape from the cycle of birth and death only by understanding Krishna. Na anya panta vidyade. There is no other way. Actually, there is no other way. So only Krishna can about your liberation. And you can get liberation when you understand Krishna, when you properly understand Krishna. So people in mode of ignorance, they sometimes mistake Krishna to be a common man. Vajanandi Mamudha, Manushim Tanimashida, given in 9th chapter, verse number 11. Vajanandi Mamudha, Manushim Tanimashida. Just seeing the form of Krishna in the common human form, they deride Krishna, they blaspheme Krishna, without understanding the Param Bhavam Ajananda, Mama Bhuda Maheshwara. He is a master of all living entities. Ajo visan, avyatma, bhudanam, ishvara visan. Param bhava. Param bhava means form. And bhava means also nature, which comprises of his form, his name, his form, his activities, his paraphernalia. Everything put together is his subhava. So these are all transcendent. So one should cultivate Krishna consciousness with faith and knowledge. Faith in scriptures, faith in sadhus, faith in spiritual master. These are three triple S by which a person can advance. You have to have faith in shastras, authorized shastras. You have to have faith in have sages, realized advanced devout Vaishnavas, and the spiritual master. And if you have that, we can get the real knowledge of Krishna. Manishyanam sahasreshu kaschin yadari siddhare yadram siddhanam kaschin mam meti tatudaha. Only that person who understands Krishna perfectly, he is raised to a kingdom of Krishna, will be associated with Krishna. And let's all try to understand Krishna as it is by following Srila Prabhupada's book of Bhagavad Gita as it is. And then all of us can very easily reach Gola Vrindavan. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So next 2 weeks, we are having the Rath Yatra on 30th. So next class, the online evening classes will start after Rath Yatra only, because we got so many sevas, so many workers there. Time is very, very short because we announced this Rath Yatra only 20 days or 25 days before. And normally we announce it 3 months before. In 3 months, we have a lot of time to work, but now we don't have any time. Now there is only 13 days left. So we'll have to concentrate fully on the Yatra now. We can also do the seva. Plus, people who are in Trichu, please participate in the Yatra wholeheartedly. People outside, they can tell their relatives to come for Rath Yatra, possible. So thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, yes.
Prabhu, one question, Prabhu.
Yes.
Prabhu, in our birth, based on impression of previous karma, no, Prabhu?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It means King Bharata was there, no?
Yes.
At the time of birth, he remembered the deer. So next janma he came as a deer.
Yes.
So what it means, Prabhu? Impression mean at the time of death only, or throughout our life, Prabhu? Which is calculated.
Normally what happens, it is said that at the time you leave the body, when you remember whatever you remember, as given 8th chapter is given, 8th chapter is given clearly. 8th chapter, verse 5 and 6 is given. Andakale chamameva smaran mukta kalevaram ye prayadi satmat bhavam yadinas samshaya. When you remember Krishna, the last moment of your birth, as well death, the last moment, then you will reach Krishna. Yam yam bhavi smaran bhavam. This general principle is that whatever you think, whatever of thing you are thinking at the time you leave the body, that form you will achieve, or that state you will achieve without fail. Yam yam bhavi smaran bhavam yajitande kalevaram tam tameva kaunteya sada tad bhava bhavida. There is no doubt we will reach the state only. So, like you mentioned, the last moment, what you think is based on what you do on your whole life. Throughout your life, what you are active, then only you remember that only. If you are thinking of industry or some businessman, or thinking of your sons and children, all your life is devoted. You bring on children or their business and their other things. Then naturally, at the time of leaving body, you will remember only those things only. You think about your wife, your children, or your business, something like that. But when you are always engaged in Krishna service, chanting very nicely, at the time, naturally, you will think of Krishna only. Even if you don't think Krishna, by chance you are not able to Krishna, it is given in Varaha Purana that even if you are not Krishna, but you have rendered service to Krishna throughout your life, then Krishna will take you back.
Hare Krishna.
In case of Jadabharata, although he was a great devotee, last moment he remembered deer, and he was given the body of deer just to show us a lesson. But even though he was a deer, his consciousness was always Krishna conscious only. That's why he stayed near the ashram of rishis only.
Yes, Prabhu.
He was appearance by his deer, by consciousness he was Krishna conscious only. That Krishna consciousness was now spoiled. So that's why he always stayed in the ashram of rishis only. And the next life he got the birth of a Jadabharata, was a real transcendentalist.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Right, Snigdhamaji can enter.
Yes, Prabhuji. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Praladala Dadaini Hiranyakashipurvakshaha Shilatanka Nakalai Ito Narsinha Parato Narsinha Jato Yato Yami Tato Narsinha Bahir Narsinha Hridayir Narsinha Narasimham Adi Sharanam Prapade Tabakara Kamala Bare Nakham Adbhuta Sringam Dalita Hiranyakasipu Tanubhrangam Kesabadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hari Jai Jagadish Hari Jai Jagadish Hari Jaya Narsimhadev 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 Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Nitai Gaur Hari Bol 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 Ugrang Birang Mahavishnum Jalantang Sarvatomukham Nrsinghang Bhishanang Bhadrang Mrityu Mrityu Namamyaham Ugrang Birang Mahavishnum Jalantam Sarvatomukham Nrsinghang Bhishanang Bhadrang Mrityu Mrityu Namamyaham Ugrang Birang Mahavishnum Jalantam Sarvatomukham Nrsinghang Bhishanang Bhadrang Mrityu Mrityu Namamyaham Jai Narsingha Sri Narsingha Jai Jai Sri Narsingha Praladesha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Bhranga Jai Narsingha Sri Narsingha Jai Jai Sri Narsingha Praladesha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Bhranga Jai Narsingha Sri Narsingha Jai Jai Sri Narsingha Praladesha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Bhranga Sarva Vigna Vinashak Narsingha Bhagavan ki Jai.
Jai. Vancha kalpadruvascha kripa sindhuvevacha Vaidanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Ananda Kodi Vaishnavadiki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Go Premanande. Thank you very much. So we meet you on second. By the meantime, please study, please chant, read Bhagavad Gita, revise it.